Hi guys. Okay, so I'm going to do two questions in here, and the last one is going to be separate because it's a personal one. So the first one comes in from Betty asking about, are deities and ascended masters aspects of God? And what about the shadow self or evil? What is that an aspect created from? And then we had something come in for basic confirmation about the official date of fourth density being February 13th, 2017, and that is from Brent. So I'm going to go ahead and answer those two. We are here. We are the Pleiadian consciousness. And as for your question about deities and ascended masters being an aspect of God, and shadow self and evil being an aspect of what, we would like for you to take into the understanding that God was created in your reality. So the expression that deities or ascended masters are an aspect of Him, well, they are and they are not. See, there are energies around you in every moment. Everything is made of consciousness. There is universal consciousness throughout all of creation. You have created a God, and you have created ascended masters and deities. And because you've created these, you see they do exist, as well as the creation of a devil. And you have created evil and things that fit into those categories within your reality. But universally, there is only a yin and a yang. There is the duality that is present upon your planet. And so as third dimensional beings, you place labels and names on this energy. And when you place these labels and names and you gave them descriptions, you created these things. So yes, there are versions that are created out of energy, deities, masters. And then there are what you could call a demon or negative attachment. But all of this is simply created out of consciousness. It is where you choose to believe. It is where you choose to send your thoughts, your consciousness, your ideas, and your energy. For example, if you focus on the good and the love and the happiness within your life, and you ask for assistance from your guides, from ascended masters, you are focused on creating a reality where you are in a high vibration, and you receive that back from the universe through the power of attraction, for you are the creator of your reality. Now, if you are going to this other place of fear, anger, resentment, or maybe you are traumatized as a child, you may feed these energies to a negative place. And so sometimes when we are creating a reality filled with all of this shadow, negative, bad, we want a place to put it, say we want to blame it on something. So we blame the devil. It is really simple when it comes down to it. But because your consciousness is so complex, you've created it. And there is fear that has been stored within your cells, within your memories, within your DNA. It has been conditioned into you from the moment that you arrived on this planet, through a global conditioning, through a global consciousness that you all exist within. So yes, even those of you who say you do not believe in the devil or demons, you still create them. You still have consciousness of them. They still exist somewhere in your reality. And it is what you choose to feed them. If you do not feed them that energy, they do not exist for you. They do not bother you. The shadow aspect of yourself is simply just the balancing. Without the light, you can't know the dark, and without the dark, you can't see the light. It is duality. So the answer to your question is basically yes and no. It is how you choose to perceive the world around you and your consciousness and the universal consciousness that exists in all things. As for the fourth density being set for a certain date, it is not set on a certain date for everybody. If you choose to understand and believe that you're going to be going into the fourth dimension, the fourth density, whichever it is that you like to call it, on a certain day, you are likely to be disappointed on that day. A lot of times we look outside ourselves and we think that the channeling that give us a certain day or a certain description of what's going to happen and how it's going to happen, we really need to pull back and look within and say, is this something that is 100% authentic for me? Because some of this is not created properly. It is not filtered through the channel in a way that is best serving for everyone. It is very hard to pinpoint a date for an entire global consciousness to enter anything. You have seen this time and time again, where there's predictions of A, B, or C, and very likely that none of them are on point exactly to where they were supposed to be. Each and every one of you are having an individual experience. You are going through your consciousness on an individual idea, on an individual incarnation. You are creating your reality. You are already moving through fourth and fifth and back to third and so on and so forth. It is when you raise your vibration high enough that you are no longer looking into the third, is when you will be able to reach that fourth density and remain there permanently. And it is very unlikely that all of a sudden, out of the blue, you'll just go, boom, here I am. You will need to do the work in order to raise yourself up to that vibration and get there. Each and every one of you starts out in the same spot, and it is how you choose to live your life. It is the foods that you eat, it is the consciousness that you rise, it is the meditation, it is the life experience, it is the people that you surround yourself, it is the thoughts that you think, it is all of this in one, and it is going within and clearing and harmonizing, getting down into your cells, your atoms, your DNA. Every aspect of yourself needs to be brought forth on a slow scale. And some of you reach and you dip, and you come back up, and you dip, and sometimes you go really far, and then sometimes you come right back down to where you started, and that is okay. That is part of the human experience. It is part of your existence within a third dimensional reality. So the short answer for your question is no. The fourth dimension or the fourth density will not happen on a particular date, unless that is the date for you that you decide that you are going to remain in the fourth dimension or fourth density for the rest of your incarnation upon earth. However, it is very hard for those who have not done the work to stay there and remain there. We thank you and we honor each and every one of you. Okay. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Pleiadian lineup, and I will make a separate video for the personal reading that I have here. Thanks, guys.